Hey everyone, Oz here. Welcome back to the channel for another weekly Meta Monday. The day where we take a look at the previous week's games of Mechabellum, see if there's any patterns forming, any changes to the gameplay, game style, particularly in top level players, in, for example, the Mag 1 tournament or the weekend tournaments. We want to use this information to try to get better ourselves, so this is something that I would always do on my own anyway, try to look and find clues of how to become a better player. So this week there really hasn't been too many changes compared to last week. You can see here we've got Cass versus Hasberg up on the screen. This was taken from Mag 1. I highly recommend you check out these games. We had a great Mag 1 weekend. We had a Saturday and a Sunday day of Mag 1, and it was really cool. They got all these different formats now. There's 2v2 included and even blitz mode, so it was a lot of fun. Some cool stats from Mag 1, released from Mag 1, was that just like we were pointing out last week, the Raidens are super popular right now. You can see Cass using the Raidens here quite effectively, mobile beacons and stuff like that. The Sledgehammer is actually the most popular start, being that, you know, aggro, or sorry, standard is about almost 50-50 now, standard versus aggressive starts. So Sledgehammer, pretty popular, but it actually has a pretty low win rate. It had only a 33% win rate this weekend. And Void Eyes did really, really well. I've been saying for a while Void Eyes are quite strong. They clocked in at about 75% win rate for choosing the Void Eyes on the start. But yeah, mostly, you know, it's been about the Raiden this past week. Arclight Raiden being a pretty good, strong composition. Yeah, and we're gonna see more of that in the weekend tournament games here. So I've got a link down to Mag 1 in the description, so be sure to check that out. And let's move over to the weekend tournaments here. Okay, so in Asia, I'm not familiar with these players. I did check out this final game here. There was a cool play with the Fire Badger picking up the Hot Wheels technology for one round, which is pretty cute. So I don't know, you could check that out. It's kind of cool. And then in Europe, we see actually Rooster beating Apooche in the final game here. But Rooster's already covered that game, so perhaps I'll leave a link down in the description to Rooster's channel. So you should check that out. It's it's pretty cool. But yeah, we're not going to cover the same game twice. So let's jump over to the Americas region. And here we actually see RedScare coming back and taking a tournament win here. So congratulations, RedScare. Great player. Yeah, we covered him previously in the Mechabellum Mini Masters a couple seasons ago, in the finals against my brother Odyssey. So that was an amazing series of games there. You should check that out as well. It's also down in the channel. But yeah, we'll take a look at these final two games here. The one versus Hikikomori is fairly unique, but the one against Eliminati, it seems like a pretty good sort of meta-ish game, so we could learn a lot from this game. But we're going to cast both of them, so let's just jump right into Hikikomori. This would be the semifinals, I suppose. Okay, here we go. So RedScare. Now this is what makes this game interesting, right? Look at these packs. You've either got the Mustang packs or the ball packs, and typically the Mustang packs are not so good, and these ball packs are the worst ball packs you could get. The Arclight and the Fang do not move as fast as the balls, so it's quite hard to pair them well. So we see RedScare going for the Mustang Void Eye. I'm gonna speed this up. So Mustang Void Eye is actually, I think it's playable. You do have a little bit of chaff clear in the Mustang. It's not the best chaff clear, but it's serviceable, depending on how much chaff you have to deal with. And in this case, dealing with the Fangs, it's quite good. You're only really scared if you're dealing with crawlers. 'Cause crawlers, you know, they have 263 HP, Fangs only 117, so the crawlers do much better against the Mustang in the early rounds until you can get levels. Here we go. And yeah, pairing with the Void Eye, so you get, you know, single target damage and just a bit shaft clear, a bit shaft. So like you can kind of round out a bit. And you know what, in this case, it works out really well. And I find it's like really hard to play Mustang into the Spider in round 1. But RedScare makes it work. And we've even got elite spec for Hikikomori. Which is a bit scarier even still with the Void Eyes, but I'm not sure why the Void Eye was chosen there. Because there's not really good units to shoot with that. Improved Overlord is offered, as well as Missile Strike, Mobile Beacon. Extended Range War Factory you're probably never going to pick, but any of the other 3 are playable. Improved Overlord is a very, very strong card. And we see RedScare picking that. It's just, yeah, pick the good cards. Hikikomori goes for the Missile Strike. It's very strong against this, obviously. It can do quite a lot of damage here. This Mustang is the one that has a level as well, and the crawlers, so this can be a very powerful missile. We'll see if RedScare is able to realize that and shield for it. And yeah, I mean, like the Void Eyes, you know, what are they really doing here? They're shooting other Void Eyes. There's no big units for them. So I find it a little bit weird. We do see some play coming on the other side here, but RedScare already has this at level 2. So it's going to take a while to break through that. And in the meanwhile, the Void Eyes are able to pick off these Tarantula. Yep, there we go. Getting lots of experience. But does lose that round. All right. Stormcaller, Hound, Steel Ball, and Sledge. Lots of interesting picks here. Storms have been like kind of becoming more popular to pick in the early rounds, but according to the stats, they weren't really picked in Mag 1. However, I did see that Mathismite does still use the Stormcallers and picks them, but will eventually sell out of them. So then that kind of messes with the data a bit, so that it looks like the Stormcallers weren't really used. So kind of funny in that regard. But yeah, we do see Storms picked up for Hikikomori. And Sledge for RedScare. Level 3 Sledge is super good. Like, you know, that's 10,500 almost HP per tank. You can really slow down any of these pushes here. So yeah, it looks like maybe he's going to put it over on the right and try to keep his tower alive a bit easier. We do have a level 3 Mustang now using that intensive one that Mustang had already leveled up once and leveling up a second time. So let's pay attention to this guy because a level 3 Mustang on round 3, that's kind of crazy. That's going to scale really well. And we don't, yeah, we don't actually see a whole lot of chaff. I guess that's because we have the elite spec here. As elite spec, you do have to recruit level 2 units, so level 2 crawlers. And having these Mustangs at the equivalent or higher level of those crawlers this quickly is a really great position to be in if you're using Mustangs as your pseudo chaff clear. We see some kind of like death ball action happening here, which does favor the Stormcallers a little bit, but I mean the Sledgehammers are not going to die, right? Tower goes down, all the units are going to transition over, but the death ball might be a bit too strong here. As there's nothing on the board that can really deal with these level 3 sledges. The Void Eyes can if given enough time, but the sledges should deal with them as well. Like they kind of both counter each other a little bit. So RedScare takes that round. No levels. Mobilize battleship. Now, this is a cool pickup if RedScare goes for it, because it means the battleship that you get is also going to be an improved one, since he did previously pick the improved card. Could be interesting. Improved steel ball. I think this is a neat card. I'm not sure if it works here, but the most interesting part of it is the improved move speed. Yeah, we do see battleship picked up, and then a skip for Hikikomori. So, what are we going to see here? Okay, we got a battleship deployed here. It's kind of... I don't know. There's already fangs here to kind of defend against this, or rather slow it down. Like it'll not... don't think it'll kill it, especially because it's got splash range. So maybe with the improved, it's actually okay because of the splash to put it here. Normally, you would kind of avoid putting it in the middle when there's 2 packs of fangs. Maybe you'd put it on the sides instead, so you don't have to deal with one. But what we're going to see is, yeah, this one is going to pull these guys over. And then it only really has to deal with 1 fang here. And maybe get a tower quickly. This Mustang might move a little bit too far forward. It won't turn around. If you look, the distance between here and here is about the same. So it's going to come forward. It's not going to turn around. Yeah. I am right. They're already facing this way. They're not going to turn around. So Overlord comes down. These fangs go off to the right. And now the tower gets destroyed. And now it's looking really good for RedScare. These Mustangs are going to level again. Yep. Level 4. And then the intensive training also comes off cooldown next round. So we're going to see level 5 possibly Mustangs. Overlord goes down to this handful of Mustangs here, giving a level to them as well. That looks like another round win for RedScare. Finally, we got a level on that Tarantula too. Arc, Melter, Marksman, Rhino. Yeah, what do you do here? Arclight can be cool if you got armor on Arclight. You can you know, tank these Mustangs. Melter, probably don't want the too many small units. Marksman as well. Same reason you don't really want it. Marksman might be a possibility for Hikikomori in case you have to deal with these improved overlords later. Rhino at level 1 by round 5 seems kind of bad. Usually you want them around level 2 now. Okay, so cool. See the Melter and the Arclight picked. Level 3 Arc has got 15,000 HP just about. And we do see that armor picked up right away. Yeah, that's going to help a lot. So we're going to be able to tank this crawler forever and whatever else comes down here. Going to slow down losing this tower. So now RedScare can focus on the left here. This is the round where the missile strike is up, so that's why you see these bubbles being deployed, trying to keep his Mustangs alive. And yeah, level 5 Mustang. Nice. Is so much damage. 201 damage per 0.4 second. Per Mustang. And more Mustangs being thrown down. It's just a Mustang fiesta here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, that feels bad picking those Mustangs into the turn where the arc comes down with armor, because they're not going to die. Thankfully, there's a Melter to deal with it, but it is slowing things down quite a lot. And meanwhile, on the left side, RedScare is going to push through. Yeah, and these Mustangs being recruited at level 2 are just going to die to these other Mustangs and give more experience and feed the level 5 Mustang. Tower goes down. Getting pretty close to this tower, though. But look how much damage these things are doing to the Melter. The other tower goes down before this one gets killed. It's going to level again. Level 6 now. Jeez. All right, Nuke, Lightning Storm, Wasp, and Heavy Armor. So this late in the game, a good spell can sometimes win the game for you. So probably we're going to be seeing, Lightning Storm picked. Lightning Storm seems a lot better here because of the amount of small units that would die to one shot to that lightning. The Nuke, usually you want to pick into boards that have more HP. So it's a bit more effective there. So yeah, we see Lightning Storm picked for both. Up to level 6 now. And, oh, level 1 Sledge picked up here. What's this? Ah, okay, Field Maintenance. Yeah, another good play to slow down these Mustangs. They're not going to be able to do enough damage. And then the Melter also has to kill them one at a time. So I guess we're seeing, hopefully, the Melter not able to lock on these Arc Lights. You want the Mustang to lock on the Arc Light and the Melter to lock onto something else. This is also a pretty cool play here. So from Hikikomori, we have this Lightning Storm being thrown down, but there are shields. So if you can pull back some units, which forces these units to go a little bit farther and outside of the bubble, sometimes that can be enough. Oh yeah, great shot there on that lightning. Forces them out of the bubble and makes them take more damage. So a cute little play there, nice maneuver. And it looks like it's going to do the trick to win this round. And there's quite a bit of damage on the board here. Melter doing quite well. What, 4,400? That's like 1,500 damage, 1,600 damage, something like that. Okay. Anything good here? Is Rhino Assault ever a possibility? Yeah, maybe. We do see Rhino Assault. What would you do as RedScare? Oh, wow. Okay. So cool. Cool play here. When you're elite spec and you click elite, you can recruit level 3 units. So we see these rhinos picked off with armor at level 3. That's quite scary. There's not a lot of damage. But Hikikomori may be underestimating the power of these Mustangs. At level 6, 241, that means 6, 12, 18. It's going to get damage through, so it will be able to damage these rhinos, even at level 3. But what's cool about this rhino drop at the same time as this, I love this play because the rhino that gets dropped is also going to have the armor. It's going to distract this stuff, and this rhino should be able to get in. So it looks like a really good play here from Hikikomori. We do see that rhino taken for RedScare as well, being thrown in the back. And these units should be pulled over here. It might pull a Mustang back. Probably just to distract a bit. I don't see this getting to the tower unless it moves right. Oh, it's going to go right. And so this one comes down. Yeah, this rhino here does die to these Mustangs. That feels bad, man. There's just so much damage on those Mustangs already. So much distraction coming up here on the top right. But the big play here is this rhino coming in on the right tower. But it's getting distracted by everything. And all of these Mustangs are stuck shooting stuff that they're not really efficient at killing. And can't get through quickly enough. They lose the left side before that tower dies. So that's essentially, yeah, the debuff from there did absolutely nothing. There was no extra damage being done. And now the timing of this tower, these sledges actually push through here. And the Big Chungus, still alive, can deal with that rhino. Wow. Cool play there. Yeah, these sledges survived because that rhino was able to help out. Because of that, got that tower, good timing, and win the round. Very cool. Okay, so this is the turn where the battleship is back off cooldown. We got amp core, smoke. Those are possibilities here. Yep, both taken. Oh my god, amp core now on a level 7 Mustang? That is disgusting. 468 damage. Couple shields thrown down, try to prevent getting smoked. I don't know if we're going to see a level up here. And Overlord actually finally comes down. So yeah, that makes sense. Dealing with these rhinos, they have 86,000 HP. Oh man, there's no defense taken. That would help quite a lot with these rhinos, I feel. So you need more damage, especially on this side. It's kind of weak. There's no good single target damage, high DPS stuff. At least on the left side, we have the Void Eyes doing some, and then the very, very strong Mustangs able to deal with pretty much anything else. So this Overlord comes down on the right side to help deal with this Rhino. We see a Rhino position back here to deal with these sledges. But yeah, it just looks like lots and lots of Mustang. Is it really a good play to build an Overlord into this many Mustang? Positioning seems to be important here. Oh, we've actually got Charge Shot picked up too. That's going to help with the Rhinos. But the positioning here keeps the Overlord back. Now, I don't know. Okay, so that's cool. And then the battleship was dropped on the left side. So RedScare only had to build one Overlord, but gets 2 this round because of that deploy, or sorry, that drop. That's cool. This one on the right going to go down to the melter, finally, but it does do its job. I wonder... Wow, there was even high mobility taken here. Sometimes I find if you have rhinos and they have high mobility, sometimes the Overlord misses. But that could also just be against, I don't know, someone that also has speed spec or the advanced speed card or whatever. Maybe also different when they're charging into you. It's a bit easier to hit. I'm not sure. But I have seen it happen. So, interesting. Phantom Ray offered, Marksman, Typhoon, Steel Ball. RedScare probably pretty happy seeing the Steel Ball here. Yeah, there we go. 2 Steel Balls. That's going to do a lot of work for these rhinos and Tarantula. And you see, I think there's a 3rd rhino, right? So Steel Balls here look really good. And now we've got up to level 9 Mustang with an amp core. 602 damage. That's absolutely insane. This thing can't be stopped. This is going to carry the whole game here. I feel like Mustangs are one of those units where once you have them at high enough level, there's actually no way to stop them. You gotta light them on fire. That's the only way. But even then, at this level, they still have 5,000 life. Like, they can survive fire a bit. Oh, cool. Steel Ball armor, actually. So Steel Balls are going to get in. They're going to be able to tank all those Mustang shots. The only thing that can kill them is the Rhino or the Melter, and they are designed to try to deal with that Rhino. So that should keep them alive long enough to do that. Nice mobile beacon out here. But actually, we see the Mustang also come over onto this side. Maybe the thought here is, okay, I've got enough defense here. What is something that I can lose to? Well, maybe if everything gets deployed on the right side here. So moving this over, and maybe that also helps protect the Overlord a bit, because they're going to get in the way of the melters. But yeah, really well done here. Good read from RedScare, moving those over. Able to intercept that Rhino. Still a couple of scary melters here, but the tower's going to go down. Yeah. Yeah, these Mustangs, they would be level 10 if they could. Thing dies so fast. And that's going to do it. Well done, RedScare. So the final battlefield here looks like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high-level Mustangs. We have a level, could be 10. And then, you know, building Overlords into Mustangs, that's not something that I ever do. But with this improved Overlord card does make it worth it. You have that extra splash damage, I suppose. And RedScare was already winning the ground battle, so adding those air units completely fine. They are safe. So cool. Nice positioning, nice play out of RedScare. Interesting game. Now let's jump into the actual finals game here. This is up against Eliminati, who I believe won last week's weekend tournament, if I remember correctly. We've seen some of his games here in the past. All right. So, supply, giant, training, marksman. I'd say, well, probably not the Mustang, although with training it's maybe okay, and we saw the Mustang last game with training work out pretty well. But I could see supply, marksman, like this is a good pairing here. Yeah, okay. So, Saber Arc. The question is, are we going to see aggro out of RedScare? Or are we going to see some kind of standard position? Looks like going up on the line here. We're going to have an aggro position. We got 3 units in front, 2 here, and then the Fangs. And Eliminati going for aerial spec. Round 1, clicking on Phoenix. Up against Marksman spec. That's a bit sus. We'll probably be able to cheese out this round, but I'm not sure how that fares for the following round. I suppose if you see sabers and you are aerial spec, this could be just how Illuminati wants to play, and has found success with it, trying to turn off the sabers from potentially getting levels by round 2. So, okay, cool. But yeah, now we see the orange man come out. Mass Phoenix, Mass Sledge, Missile Strike. Okay, a Missile Strike seems like a good choice from RedScare. Should be able to try to pop those Phoenix. Missile Strike also picked for Illuminati. We see some positioning here on the left to try to protect this tower. It looks like, you know, it's very difficult to push into this now with just, you know, $100 spent here. So all the focus of this game can be on the right. Ooh. Oh, that feels bad. I mean, we do... So, RedScare gets that missile off. Great. And tries to defend against the missile, but guesses wrong. Nice try. That kind of feels a bit bad, though. Like, when you... You know, there's a 1 in 4 chance of your opponent taking the missile, and then you think, okay, well, I'm going to gamble thinking that they're going to take it, and then we're going to put it on this side, because I think that's where they're going to hit, but then they end up hitting somewhere else. It's like, damn, I was right, but I wasn't right 2 times, you know? Shield airdrop offered. Oh, another missile strike. More mass-produced Phoenix, actually, and efficient giant. You could see efficient giant and Raiden or something, maybe out of Illuminati. That could be maybe a play here, although we've already got a couple Phoenix. What was the pick? Oh, efficient giant. Okay. Okay. Hey. Hey. It's almost like I've seen this before. I skimmed it, but I actually forgot. But yeah, okay, now I remember. Yeah, so the Raiden, the reason why this game is like meta-y is because we do see the Raidens coming out. And so the efficient giant makes sense here. And the shield dropped here, and that's going to save potentially if that other missile strike was chosen instead. Yeah, this orange man, though, is going to save the day. We actually see a second marksman come out. I guess it's risky putting all your eggs in one basket here for the one marksman to be able to do everything. So getting that second one thrown down seems Seems good. Sandworm, Stormies. Oh, 2 packs of Stormies. Woodeye and Wasp. And here we go. We see the Sandworm. Sandworm has also been like a really meta unit too. It's so cheap to get Mective, and it's annoying as hell to deal with. 48,000 HP, and then the Mective comes. It's a lot to deal with because you need a completely different response. Yeah, Storm's picked here. Oh, actually, Fire Badger, nice. So we're gonna have Fire Badger for Chaff Clear, and then Raiden to deal with everything else. And what's interesting to me is RedScare is still going strong with these sabers. You know, they're not getting XP or anything like that because there's just small or medium units here. They're not very good in this case, but it's still working out. We see a flank here. RedScare trying to protect the side here. Now this is level 2. Still only level 1 here, and we have an oil coming down. Oil does ignite. Sandworm shows its face, and it's gonna tank all these Raiden shots to keep these medium units alive. Shields are actually kind of crazy. Finally a shield goes down. Looks like this one's gonna survive, maybe? Yeah, we gotta get these. Get him, get him, get him. Okay. The shield survives. Ooh, that's rough. And it's just been these marksmen that's been carrying everything. This is gonna be level 4 now. That's kind of scary. Okay, a few choices here. Deployment mod. That could be good if we want to try to change our focus to be on the other tower. Enhancement mod, there's no levels really. Subsidized crawler, not going to pay for itself. Extended range storms. I don't know. I don't really like that card, to be honest. I guess it could be good if you go extended range storms and then take launcher overload. Then you don't need to also take range. But we actually see the storms being sold out here. Ooh, okay. So in the efficient giant, now we're seeing the fortress come down. So that's going to be the answer here for the worm. I guess Illuminati's worried about more worms being chosen here. Kind of scared to deal with. Oh, wow. What? One Mustang with missile interceptor chosen? And then a missile here? That's not very cost effective. Oh, sorry. There's 2 Mustangs. We have a missile here. Oh, that's cute. Putting the saber in the back. Worm comes up. I mean, the Mustangs not having range also mean that they get in the way in front of the saber so that, and the other stuff, right? So that the Raiden is going to be dealing with them. And oh my god, that's so much damage. Holy crap. Huge round. Melter Hound, Farseer, and Scorp. RedScare's probably laughing now. Another great unit pickup here, the Melter, as soon as those fortresses get put down. And Illuminati had taken the enhancement mod, which is, you know, it could be good going into giants here, but wasn't able to find any levels that round, not able to use it. It's $300. Feels bad, man. And we see launcher and range picked up. A couple more fortresses going all in on fort. But we see the Melter picked up from RedScare and another one purchased here. He's just got all the answers. Hounds could be good in clearing the chaff and adding a little bit of stuff in the way for the Melters. Looks like Illuminati's not quite sure what's going to happen here. He's putting some stuff on the left just in case. Man, it's so bad when you're like this low on HP and it's like anything can happen. RedScare could throw down a ton more sandworms and click Mective, can do use the unit deploy round. Like that's often used to start another attack on the other tower because you get the extra units from that. So there's so many different possibilities here, and it's when you're behind, it feels really bad. You don't know what to do here, but We've got all the forts picked, and oh no, we've got the melters. Oh, immediate lock on. The missile comes down, clears that chaff. Then we get another quick lock on onto this fort here. That fort goes down. This fort goes down. Those were the units heavily invested in this round, and unfortunately, they're not going to do anything. Sandworm has no text. It's just distracting a little bit. And we've got so much stuff here. We've got 3 bubbles. There's absolutely no possible way that Illuminati can break through this. These marksmen are just free farming. We've even got aerial spec now. Just completely closing the door. No possibility for escape. And a very decisive win here from RedScare. Well done. So let's look at the battlefield here. Yeah. The only thing is, like, these Mustangs with the missile interceptor was not super cost effective here, but everything else was winning so hard. This marksman just carried the game here. The marksman spec, Orange Man, was able to shut down the aerial spec right away before anything could take off. We had a couple Phoenix deployed here, but then they were sold out. We've got the Raidens coming in as well. But that's just like, you're down on deployments then after selling so much, and the marksman was just farming. I love seeing the second marksman here, the safety marksman, helping out. And yeah, nice. Cool. I hope you guys enjoyed these games. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining me this week for Meta Monday. I know we're only sort of briefly talking about the meta today. It's been a weekend, but check out the Meg 1 games. They're pretty cool. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you next week. So have a good one, everyone. I'll see you next time. Also, we're going to have, what are we calling it? The Borked Build Challenge. That's going to be coming this week as well. I'm going to be reviewing the aerial only replays, and we're going to have that video put out soon. We're taking a vote on what the next challenge will be for the following week in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, come join the Discord, voice your opinion, let us know what you want to see for these Borked builds. If you're not aware, those are challenge builds for fun for the community that we try to do something silly and have fun with the game and see if we can get something crazy to work. So yeah, cool. All right, I'll see you guys later.